Hey there folks, this is Richard of DoomedMovieThon.com, back with another episode of My Horror Shelfie. My Horror Shelfie is a series where I talk about every single horror movie on my horror movie shelves from A to Z. And hey, it's our little secret. We'll keep it just between you and me. Last time I finished the letter I, and now I'm moving on to J and K, so this is my Just Kidding episode. Before I can get started, I need to go pick some movies. Let's go pick some movies. Now that I have a whole big stack of movies, it is time in which to speak. First up, beginning of the letter J, of course, is Jacko. Jacko is a Halloween horror film from the master known as Fred Olen Ray. This is a fun one. I really enjoy this strange little movie. Plus, it's a Florida movie. Who doesn't love Florida movies? I don't know if this was the last appearance of John Carradine because he's not technically in this movie. He's just in some footage that they use in the movie, so maybe he was appearing from beyond the grave or something like that. Your mileage may vary. I just find this silly and fun and silly fun. Next up is J. Ennifer. This is a movie I saw as a kid. And of course, I was like 9 or 8. I had no idea that it was a Carrie ripoff because I didn't know what Carrie was at that time. I just knew this movie was really cool. And even though it kind of scared me, mainly I just really loved it. And it took a long time before I saw it again. And luckily, some wonderful people at the Kino Lorber put out a Blu-ray of this very slight little snaky film. I mean, it's got good old Lisa Pelican in it, which her power in the movie should have been pelicans and not snakes. Missed opportunity. J. Ennifer's Body. I forget this movie exists sometimes. Not that it's bad or anything like that. It's actually really good. I just forget about it, and I haven't watched it in a really long time. Overdue for a rewatch. Next up is Junk. But this movie's not junk. This movie is Japanese goodness. It's a zombie movie. Very violent, very gory. It says it's 83 minutes, but I think the only thing I could say bad about it is that it's a long 83 minutes. Again, this is one I have not watched in a really long time. Might be time to fix that. I'll have a Junkifer's Body, Jennifer's Junk, double feature. That's what I'll do. Ju-on, aka The Grudge. Man, this movie scared me so bad. I'm a big fan of Ju-on and the sequel, which is Hidden Inside. You should always hide Ju-on 2 in here. I think the only thing, and this is a criticism in trying to recommend this movie to people, both of these, is that the stories are told out of order and they're told in a clever way, so you have to really watch it very carefully. And for like a first timer that you want to get into Japanese horror, I would hold off on this one just because it's non-linear, might throw the person off, but still, excellent stuff. I love Takashi Shimizu. Yeah, great stuff, followed by a billion sequels. Killer Condom. It's the movie you slip on. Like a banana peel? Bananas and condoms. That's funny. I watched Killer Condom for the first time this year. Not to be too mean to Troma Studios, but this is one of those films that I kept avoiding because they distributed it, and I just was like, no, Troma, I don't want this. So I had no idea what was actually in this wonderful slice of German comedic horror, and I can't recommend this one enough. I love how we got Killer Condom in 4K. Something special there. Here's a slasher I like very, very much. A supernatural slasher called Killer Party. Killer Party is one of those sorority hazing movies where the pledges have to do some stupid crap to get into the pledge. And of course, murderous hilarity ensues. This is also an April Fool's movie. This was supposed to be called April Fool's, but April Fool's Day was coming out around the same time, so they went with the Killer Party title, which is like, killer, bruh. One thing I dislike about this movie is how the disc rattles in the case. What were the filmmakers thinking? Killer Workout, aka Aerobicide. This is some crazy stuff. I mean, I'm kind of speechless, honestly. This is David A. Pryor, who made a whole ton of movies, a lot of action movies. But this frickin' slasher is so weird and so goofy. You have to see this. You have to see this to believe it. It's nuts. The Kindred, or The Kindling, is a movie that I am a fan of. It is a slimy horror film from the 80s. Very odd tone. Kind of sticks out from a lot of other stuff. I don't know what is up with Stephen Carpenter, the co-director of this movie, but there's something about his style that I really like. We covered this on Hello, This is the Doom Show way back. This was like episode 40-something or 30-something. I can't remember, but man, The Kindred is great. And it's just serious enough and just silly enough and just preposterous enough to be really, really wonderful. So give it a look. I haven't checked out the Blu-ray yet. I was still watching an old VHS rip last time I watched it. Krampus, or Pampers. This is a fine Christmas horror film. I am just in love with this movie. I watched the unrated cut, the naughty cut with the curse words put back into it that they'd originally recorded, and they wanted, of course, go for that PG-13. So they got rid of some of the more inflammatory language, if you will. But Krampus is great. It's really good. Like I was saying, I prefer the PG-13. The R-rated version just has more F-bombs that make it less funny. It's got hooves. Everyone loves hooves. Kuroneko. This is a masterpiece of Japanese horror. Of course, I have the Criterion disc here. I cheaped out and got the DVD. I don't know. I was feeling saucy at one of those 50% off sales. But this is a great film. Just masterfully shot, creepy. Wow. I've got movies hidden inside it. Unrelated, totally unrelated movies. I've got Bloody Spear at Mount Fuji, Detective Bureau 2-3 Go to Hell Bastards, and Black Rose Mansion, which is a very unusual film. I like Black Rose Mansion. Yeah, just hide some movies in your movies. The last film in K, we are talking about Kwaidan. This is more Japanese horror that is next level. I didn't cheap out and get the DVD. I went for the Blu-ray on this one. This is an anthology, one of the greatest anthologies ever made. It's dreamy and just gorgeous to behold. Cannot recommend this one enough. It is 183 minutes. So get comfortable. If you doze off, it's okay because it's very dreamlike anyway in some sections, so you just have to watch it again. Well, I concluded not one, but 2 letters today, which means we can do at least one box set special. I left room for the echo. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I haven't discussed this one before on the channel. This is the Psycho Killer triple feature from Shriek Show. This one's getting pretty old. I've had this for a very long time. The box is holding up pretty well, so that's nice. Inside we have Delirium, Photos of Gioia from Lamberto Bava. We got House on the Edge of the Park from Ruggero Deodato. And of course, we have Beyond the Darkness with anything, directed by Joe D'Amato. My tastes have completely changed as far as how sleazy of a film can I handle, and House on the Edge of the Park is way past that point. This is a very sleazy movie, but it's just so damn well done and well acted. It's also preposterous, stupid, really rapey and gross. It's very conflicted about even owning this one. But if you feel like getting sleazy, this is the way to go. Would I rather have Dial Help, frickin' Ruggero Deodato's masterpiece on Blu-ray? Yes, but instead we have this crap. Beyond the Darkness by good old Joe D'Amato. This is a masterpiece of nausea and grotesque, morbid nightmares. This is one of the most shocking films I've ever seen. Revisited it last year, the year before, for the first time in a long time, and it really is still pretty upsetting. It stares into the eyes of death and rot and guts, and oh man, this is one of the most messed up movies, and it's also beautiful. Joe D'Amato, before he ran away to make nothing but pornography, really loved making unsettling films, and he did a great job. Don't watch it while you're eating stew. Last but most least is a film that I am a huge fan of. Speaking of trashy stuff, this is Lamberto Bava's Delirium, Photos of Gioia, starring good old Serena Grandi. George Eastman is in this one. Bless his heart. Love him. But this is a giallo that is totally sleazy and ridiculous. It's easily my favorite movie of the three. It's the easiest to watch, and it's just, the English dub is stupid as hell, the plot is stupid, and you gotta see this crap. It's great. So that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for hanging out. Welcome to the 2024, I guess, if no one else has said Happy New Year to you yet. Happy New Year to you yet. And thank you. I'm gonna go this way, because I don't have an exit plan.